So the first step is we pull the lock pin on the in-feed belt to lower it. And always put the leg right in the center here so that it keeps stability. So to deploy the exit belt or the exit conveyor, we start by pulling out these lock pins. To make it easier to pull the lock pin out, you can push on the exit conveyor to slide it out easily. And a good idea is to put them somewhere safe so you don't lose them. So to deploy the exit conveyor, turn the winch to lower it, and you want to lower it all the way down. The next step is we have to unfold it by just pulling it up and bringing it back down. We take this cord off to make sure we don't block any of the logs while they're going up the conveyor. Next, again with the winch, we bring it back up so we can deploy the stabilizing leg and lock it in place. Using this clip, you want to close it and lock it in place to keep the two sections together. Next, we pull this pin out to unlock the legs. From here, you want to use the winch to lower the exit conveyor so that it's at about a 45-degree angle. The next step would be to tighten this belt using these two T-handles here. So by turning, you'll be pushing on the roller at the top, which will tighten the belt. Ideally, you can start one at a time, and then you can take the second one to just kind of bring it at the same level to keep it stable. So you'll see it once you have very little loose, and you can still put your hand here. Once you can do this, you know that it's tight enough. After starting the engine, you have to still double check to make sure that the belt is aligned properly and still tight, but that'll come once we start the engine. So to start the engine, you put your choke on, open the fuel valve. So after starting the engine, you want to open this valve. This is the chainsaw oil valve so that when you're sawing, it will lubricate the chainsaw automatically. And your next step is opening up this valve here, which will then start the belt on the back. So after you've finished setting up your machine, you want to start loading up the logs and you can start making your firewood. So the Red Runner XL can take up to 18-inch diameter logs. So as you can see, this one is pretty wide, and so it'll fit perfectly as it goes through to cut and make some firewood. So using these levers, you can move the log hydraulically up to the saw. Once it hits this stopper here, you can lower the clamp to secure it in place. The second lever here is to lower the log clamp. Everything is hydraulic on the Red Runner XL, so there's nothing manual that you need to do. Once it's in place, you can then start cutting. The third lever here, this controls the saw. So to bring it down and bring it back up, and when it comes back up, it starts the splitter automatically. If ever you want to start the splitter manually, you can just push on this lever. So the logs stay in the wedge after your first cut, but then when you continue cutting wood, these logs or this firewood will start going up the conveyor and on the ground or in a trailer or however your setup is. So the machine is automatically set to cut 16-inch logs. So you'll be able to cut 16-inch logs throughout your log, but when you get to the end of your log, depending how much is left or what the length of the log was, you might have to do a pre-cut or cut it differently and have a shorter log to get your 16-inch at the end. To adjust the splitting wedge, you use this lever here, so to bring it up or to bring it down. The XL comes equipped with a 4-way splitter, but you can also get a 6-way splitter. If ever you want to change the wedge, all you have to do is lift up the cover and pull on the wedge and drop your new one in the slot. And in case of an emergency, the XL comes equipped with an emergency stop button. And this button will stop everything, including the engine.